Welcome, my 323 subscribers, everyone who banned me from the AEW official Reddit, even though I deleted the shit I posted, which is not that bad, considering the audience I'm speaking to. Those of you who are capable of independent thought, and to you who believe that this is one of the best runs that AEW has had, at least in the Dynamite department. Can AEW continue its streak of great shows? Or at least rampages that haven't been shit? Let's begin. So the first match is the Elite versus the Firm. So I'd like to start out first by saying that the Elite are the most overly hated team in the world. And it's fucking unwarranted since you're just regurgitating what one guy says. Even though it's not been confirmed anywhere, there's evidence against it, and it seems like you're just hating on these guys just because they didn't get popular in the WWE. And it's like that's the only measure of success. Their past is always brought up, the silly wrestling that you don't like, but that's how they got noticed, that's how they got over. That's why Triple H wanted to sign them. And you keep bringing up these perceived offenses they did to the business in the past. Isn't that cancel culture? The Elite, and especially Kenny Omega, brings it 100% or close to it in every match they're in. That's better than your old favorites who just do basic minimal shit or just rely on catchphrases. The Elite are there to entertain night in and night out. So for the match itself, it's still the high effort Elite match. Everything they do is high impact, high speed stuff that they even make Matt Hardy work fast. Dude had a little bit of trouble, but thankfully Ethan Page saved his ass from being embarrassed. There's a spot when Kenny's on the outside, Matt is slowly making his way to the top turnbuckle, but he takes too long, and then Ethan Page does the dive himself. And then the match slows down to the Firm's pace. The story of the match doesn't center around the champions though, since they're feuding with Top Flight. Instead, it focuses on the Firm, how they're making things work, or at least trying to, while facing off against some upper card dudes, some fucking killers like the Elite. But they did surprisingly well. They outdid the Elite when it comes to teamwork. They have this overly complicated move that looks pretty alright. This whisper to the wind, to an arm drag, and then to a twist of fate. Again, it's a bit overly complicated, but it's done fast enough to work. We get the cool Elite spots, just like Matt Jackson's Northern Light Suplex, Kenny's You Can't Escape, and the Golden Trigger. Isaiah Cassidy is made to look so strong. Man almost wins the match, but a delay from Ethan Page. He gets hit in the face. This distracts Matt Hardy away from the ring. Isaiah is burnt out and can't tag anyone out. V-Trigger, One-Winged Angel, Golden Trigger for the win. This was a bit of overkill. Isaiah better not get up from that. Awesome storytelling match, and I'm getting more and more interested to see what happens next in this feud. In this Firm Hardy Enterprises contract situation. The Elite need to be in the center of a story again, feud them with the House of Black. And hell, have them kick their ass, just to piss off the fans. But in all seriousness, House of Black can take it for all I care. I like that faction too, and I think the Elite as a trio should be broken up. Bucks should go back to the tag team division, where they can face the Acclaimed, and Kenny should feud singles. It's about damn time. So yeah, top spots of the match. Number 3 is the Northern Light Suplex by Matt, where number 2 is the Firm Triple Threat, and number 1 is the finish. Managed to make Isaiah Cassidy look strong. In defeat. It's not hard to bring back a team. And bro, the Bucks didn't politic. Where the fuck did you get that from? Is it because a person who worked there like Jim Cornette said so? Yeah, no, he didn't. He's theorizing. You American fans really like your demagogues. So yeah, TV main event, pay-per-view, undercard match. So after this is the Ricky Starks backstage promo. And it's him accepting the gauntlet that Jericho sets. Ricky is gonna wrestle multiple people in one night. So it's probably gonna last like about 20 minutes. Like it should, or you're burying everyone. But honestly, who gives a shit about this feud? Like there's no more motivation. Starks beat Jericho. He doesn't have to go through this. It's like he's doing it for bragging rights. Is this the WWE? Circa 2016? Because this is how we built feuds. And with AEW, I equally hate it. It's like Danielson's own gauntlet, but it takes place in one night. And it's pretty much a diet version of that. Starks is facing henchmen. And two of the wrestlers in the gauntlet have not been built properly. Like, who believes that 2.0 are gonna win? They've been booked so weakly that they're kind of like managers now. And they should get wins. They're the tag team of the group. Yeah, this feud annoys me. Jericho shouldn't have been beaten by Andretti like at all in the first place. Oh god, but Ricky does try to sell it. He has mad promo skills. But I don't think that this can even save the feud. Like the only way is if the match turns out to be amazing. But I don't know about that. I'm a doubter for now. Because Starks isn't a Danielson. He needs a good dance partner. It's probably gonna end up being pretty average until we reach Garcia or Sammy. And again, Ricky already won against Jericho, who has been devalued for weeks since Andretti beat him. This is a poorly booked feud. Very slim chance of recovering for me. But who knows? Miracles can happen. So after this is Team TNA versus the Best Friends. And I'm more invested in this like comedy feud than I am in the JAS feud. That pretty much says it all. It's AEW's attempt to break into the mainstream by connecting themselves to an award-winning actor in Paul Walter Hauser, who's actually in a good show. And people are now hating on the show, saying, who? I've never even heard of the show. Who's that guy? It's like what my favorite wrestling YouTuber, Wrastlin' Rantin, says, especially about American fans. A lot of people are really concerned about how famous one thing is instead of just checking it out, giving it a try. Who knows, you might enjoy it. It might become a global phenomenon, just like Game of Thrones. And now it's spawned an almost equally famous prequel show. It's shit like this why we get the same winners for the Grammys every year. Unpopular opinion, but I like the Oscars. Like this year, they got it so right. They truly factor art over popularity. Like shit, this popular thing already has enough eyes on it. And it's not even that good. It's just was promoted. And never is that more prominent than in fucking wrestling. So yeah, check out Severance. Check out Blackbird. Support good shit. But yeah, for this one, Danhausen cuts a funny promo. He loses his voice, starts getting drowned out, and this was pretty aimless. It just reminds us of what's happening. It teases a dark Danhausen appearance, and nothing much more. Nothing really progressed. It's just to remind the people that this feud is a thing, which happens a lot. So after this is Brian Pillman Jr. versus Swerve. So Pillman needs to be featured a lot more. I know it didn't work quite well with Malachi. Bad promo, he was squashed. They took their manager. It was kind of sad. But now we have a new start for him. He's not a varsity blonde anymore. And now he has the freedom to, modify his character without Griff. He and Brock Anderson are a tag team. But I don't think that's the right direction for Pillman. You already put him in a tag team before. And putting him in another one with another unproven young guy, I don't think is the wisest decision. Like singles guy Pillman. And like have him do more stuff. Because in this match, I don't think he does enough. Like the main event features Roosh and Christopher Daniels. And Christopher Daniels managed to stand toe to toe with someone who's in the upper mid card to main event scene. Like Roosh is a leader of a faction who's gonna face the number one contender. And a dude like CD, like a veteran dude, AEW dad level dude, I pretty much see him like on the same level as Brian Pillman now, who's a lower carder. And then dude dominates that match, pretty much. Roosh had a lot of help, but Pillman here against someone in the mid card in Swerve does a lot of posturing, taunting. They don't have a fast match. For such a young guy, I don't think he was made to look strong enough. Like, show us your cool moves, Pillman. I know people like storytelling, but I didn't sense the storytelling here. There were distractions and interferences by Swerve's faction, but really, is that really a story? He has the whole showmanship down. I like how he does the little things, but we don't get to see a lot of the big stuff, like the moves. I don't even know what's his finisher. I think it's his like flying clothesline, but like at least miss it or something. Like have a big move in the match. Dude selling is cool. The look is better. Dude just needs to be allowed to do more stuff. With the body size and how much nothing happened, I almost mistaked him for Tanahashi during regular shows. Like old Tanahashi. I don't think there was a climax to the match. It's just the mogul's cheat. Swerve delivers a Death Valley driver to the apron, which is top spot of the match. Swerve stomp that actually looks like it hits him. And then it's over. Swerve wins. Swerve stomp looks so much better when it's not a part of a tag team move. It's like it's so much easier to like make it look real. Yeah, but this match is TV undercard. Post-match is a post-match beatdown. Dustin Rhodes saves Pillman with... I don't think I've ever seen anyone use a turnbuckle before. But yeah, he brings this in. Typical wrestling run-in. Pillman is saved. I guess this makes Dustin look strong, but I hope he beats Trench. He beats Parker. Like, who cares about protecting those dudes? Have Dustin look strong in his last year in the company. So after this is the Malachi Black promo with a well-made cinematic video. That does progress the story a bit, but it doesn't set up the match yet. It does emphasize, though, what they're trying to do. But is this really all that you got? Like, just corrupting people? Like, not going for championships? I think the House of Black's goals are too small time. Like, this is when you need a Wyatt-esque cult to go with the House of Black. Like, have a spread the message sort of gimmick. And not in a, like, Dark Order sort of way. Have it be more disturbing and malicious. Like Raven. Without all the blasphemy that will get you off TV. So after this is Toni Storm and Saraya versus the Renegade Twins. And this was built to be a squash match. But the Renegades got a lot of offense. Like so much more than they ever did before against anyone. They were more than just damaged sponges. Like especially mid-match. Like they were still damaged sponges. They took a lot of beating in order to put down. But Robin Renegade got some strikes off while Charlotte Renegade got hot tagged and actively gained control. But after getting a bit carried away, she storm zeroed for the win. So yeah, love this performance by the Renegade Twins, and they can wrestle surprisingly well in civilian looking clothes. The heels draw L's on the Renegades, and that's how this segment ends. And yeah, I guess this is Saraya and Tony's new thing. Drawing L's on people, but like there should have been a run in here. There should have been progression of the story or anything. Or like maybe a promo that flashes after this. Like it's the best women's feud that you've had in a long time. And shit, we actually might get Trinity Fatu in AEW as a part of the faction. She's not signing, I think, after seeing some news by Ango. But yeah, we can finally have a 5-on-5. And that match better be 20 minutes. So after this is the Adam Cole video package. So it's another one of these like reminder sort of promos. It's a reminder that he's coming back. But we didn't need this promo here at all. I know everyone's excited for Adam Cole, but we could have had this on a Dynamite. Or you know what, even better, not at all. I think it's going to be on the next pay-per-view cycle. Since things are too congested as of now for Adam Cole. Like we don't need any more reminders that Adam Cole is going to come back. Just do it. Just like bring him back. So after this is the pre-match video promo that Mark Henry leads on to. He doesn't do the announcing. There's no more interviews, and I don't know why. It's simple bog standard stuff. And I think the interview segment was better. So yeah, bit underutilizing Mark Henry. I'd rather have him like ask questions pre-match. Have it be like 4 minutes or 5 minutes. But yeah, that's enough talk. I can't really yell right now, but it's time for the main event. So main event is Rush versus Christopher Daniels. So of course, this is the match to build Rush up for Bryan Danielson. And I like the start. I like how he dominates the start. And I think this is how it should have been for the rest of the match. But no, he got too much help. he has Preston Vance and Jose to help him with this AEW dad. I know Rush is a heel. I know he loves his cables. But his win over Christopher Daniels doesn't give him full effect. Like, he doesn't go over that much if he needs to cheat this hard in order to beat an old man. Like, Jose and Preston Vance interfere and have an impact. Some pretty strong moves. I hated this so much, and Rush was just like inside doing nothing, doing minimal stuff. And whenever Chris Daniels came back in the ring, he beat the shit out of Rush. And like, way to make Rush look even dumber. So there's this spot where Christopher Daniels throws Jose in the ring. Rush is focused on Jose, but Daniels passes through Rush's field of view and doesn't see coming when Daniels then attacks him from the side. I hated this match so much just because it fails to achieve what it's trying to, and that's to build up Rush. The climax is an evenly matched fight, finally, but then is ruined by another bout of cheating and more shenanigan attempts. Terrible booking. Way to make your heel look fucking weak. Like, have him win cleanly. Have him be a strong heel and not a chicken shit bend the rules heel. Because Rush is the leader of a faction. He's a big dude. He should be like that bruiser dominator sort of guy. Finish is bullhorns for the win. So yeah, what did you even accomplish here? Rush was made to look like he can't take out a backstage producer. Rush should have had control to start and just have Christopher Daniels do some underdog stuff and not the other way around, and that's what happened here. Like, what the hell am I watching? Is this like Vince's WWE? Is this like WWE 2016? Terrible match. TV undercard. So yeah, this Rampage has been pretty bad. There's one standout match, but it's not mind-blowing. The rest are just like average to bad. Like, my actual match ratings for this, it's like number 1, the Elite match. Number 2 is the women against the Renegades. Number 3, this is hard. Number 3, I enjoyed frickin' Swerve and Pillman more. And then the worst is the main event. No segments stood out, nothing much was progressed in those storylines. And yeah, I hope we don't get bad Rampages from here on. I hope it's still like every other Rampage. It alternates in quality. But yeah, that's it for my review. Like, comment, and subscribe for engagement. Share if you don't know me. Hit that bell notification for future videos, and please watch my shit.